Welcome back to another Reno Uke Fest interview. We are here with Danielle Anderson, otherwise known as Danielle Ate the Sandwich, who has been on the circuit longer than I have, which I feel like was kind of early on, but you were one of the first traveling performers that I saw at my dad's strum shop. And when you came and you played and you looked so beautiful, and I found it so inspiring, and it kind of was one of the times when I was like, she just like drove here, like she's just like driving on tour. Maybe that's something I can do. So, I just wanted people to get a chance to get to know you a little bit. So why don't you start off by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Danny. It's great to talk with you. I love hearing that you saw me perform live and thought I can do this too.
Mhm.
That's really cool because you are kicking butt. My name is Danielle Anderson, and I perform under the stage name Danielle Ate the Sandwich, which is obviously a silly what in the heck name that I came up with when I was just getting started playing open mic nights. And I wanted something that was a little more memorable to me than Danielle Anderson. So I chose it randomly, kind of as a joke. I do like sandwiches and eat them frequently. And the story behind the name is really just sort of a random choice that I made, but it's led to a lot of fun questions and people telling me about their favorite sandwiches. So we can talk sandwiches at Reno, no problem. I'm a songwriter. I consider myself first and foremost a folk songwriter. I really like describing my life and experiences, my questions and observations about the world through song. And I use guitar and ukulele to do that most frequently. And I also consider myself a serious performer. I love being on stage, whether that's playing music. I also have started writing stage shows and doing more comedic things. There's usually a musical element to those shows, but if you
Mhm.
follow me online, you might see me dressed up as a man or as a grandma or
I was
as a
gonna say
blonde lady.
there's a bald cap involved at some
Yes,
point.
yes. I have a character named Jer, short for Jerry, who is like a children's folk singer. And so I love having fun and being in front of people and the incredible exchange of what a live performance with an audience can give both performer and audience.
Mhm.
And I'm also, a teacher at ukulele festivals, and the ukulele circuit and the ukulele community is an amazing place to be a member, a family member, because I love being around people who are positive, energetic, and passionate about what they're doing. And I'm so honored to have a space in the community. And this is my first time at Reno Uke Fest, so I'm really excited to have my premiere.
No
Thank you for the
kidding. This is your
invitation.
first time. Well, it's
Yes.
probably just because you were over in Kansas City, I want to say, for a long time, or you were in Colorado and now you're in Kansas City.
Yes, I was based in Fort Collins,
Yeah.
Colorado for the first kind of 18 years of my career, and now I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, and have been
Mm.
here about 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it'll
I,
be exciting to come out west again
yeah.
and feel dry, feel the dryness.
Oh, is it humid where you're at? So
It
in,
is
I guess
humid,
Kansas. I
very
haven't spent
humid.
much time there.
Yeah, it's humid.
Yeah.
Midwest
Oh,
humidity. If you know it, you hate it.
well,
Uh,
if you want dry, you chose the right place, man. Reno is high desert.
I know. Bring your lotion and your humidifiers. Yeah.
And the Vaseline for inside your nostrils. That's what I do.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
I've heard this advice from Viggy. She was like, "It's so dry." Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm coming with all kinds of oils.
All
Yeah.
right, good. All right, so along with the stage performing that you've done some pretty incredible music videos that involved
Yes.
food fights, and my favorite one was "Faith in a Man." I put my faith in a man, and you were
Mm.
pretending like you were in a black and white film where you were like robbing people and trying to get away with it, and someone
Yeah.
crosses you. And so, tell us a little bit about like that. Where did making music videos and stuff come up for you? Were you always
Yeah.
in theater?
No. I didn't really even get the confidence to express that I was writing songs and could sing and write until I was in my 20s.
Oh.
So feel like a late bloomer considering, but I know people are blooming even into their 50s and 60s. So 20s
Mhm.
was when I started to admit that I'm a songwriter. I have these these things that I make, and I finally put myself on stage and learned to overcome stage fright and the nerves that it takes to perform. So I am
Mhm.
very passionate about encouraging other people who are interested in performing for
Yeah.
the first time or to continue on in the journey of that. And the music videos came from I was releasing I would say homemade videos online of my original songs and putting them on YouTube. That felt like a safe space for me to do that as I was gaining the experience of being on a live stage in front of real life people. So I
Mm-hmm.
had this YouTube following, and then some amazing film students who are also based in Colorado said, we have a project where we need to
Oh.
work with a musician. Could we make you a music video? And I was like, that sounds great. So with that team, their names were Ryan, Anthony Martin, um, and Nick. We made 3 music videos that are
Ah,
professional and they
yeah,
look really good. So we
yeah.
kind of grew up together as musicians and they got even better at making film. And
Cool.
so I've made a lot with them. And we just made a, now I'm based in Kansas City and there's a lot of amazing filmmakers here too. So we made one for the title track of my new record called Fumbling. That's like a one shot where I basically, like, we never cut, you know what I mean, or change
Oh,
scenes. It just kind of follows me around in a
yeah.
loop. That's really amazing on my YouTube channel. And then
Okay.
last fall, I made one called Not Easy to Do for a song on my new album with puppets. And so there's like a very
Oh.
talented puppeteer here in KC named Zachary Garner, and he brought his self-created puppets and a team of puppeteers. So I got to interact, which is kind of a dream, right? To be
Oh,
surrounded
yeah.
by
I mean,
puppets.
Sesame Street. Like we were all
Hello, is that
raised with.
everybody's dream or just mine? So
Yeah.
that's been an amazing opportunity. I love to showcase what I do and what I'm making through music video, through marketing and branding. I have lots of
Mhm.
merch. I think the being an artist is an amazing opportunity to share who you are through all of these facets and different channels. And I try to use all of them as much as I can because it's such an opportunity to have people who are engaged and paying attention. So I try to give you some
Yeah.
good content.
So you do a lot of content. So what is your kind of this might be just a personal question from me. How do you fit in practicing your music? Oh,
Mm.
and getting away from the computer because I know that even with Reno, we spend a lot of time on the computer.
You
Yeah.
got me, Danny. I
How
know
do you
I
do
need
it?
to practice more. I
Oh,
have,
good. I'm not the only one.
no, I need to practice more. I have little reminders every new year. I try to like set a goal to
Yeah.
practice. I have this little sign, play for 15 minutes. I just like try to put it there and then it gets
Yeah.
buried behind other lists. I had to kind of
Okay.
dig it out. And so my goal is just to start small, like play one song, practice, write for 5 minutes, play
Yeah.
for 15 minutes. And it's harder than it seems, especially
Yeah.
as professional musicians. It seems like that's all we should have to do, right? But there's lots of behind the scene administrative work. So
Yeah.
I just try to do what I can and remember that playing something for fun is almost as valuable as learning a new skill, so that I just stay in the mindset of music is amazing and can give me something on a daily basis. But I could
Yeah.
practice too. I could practice a lot more.
Practice more. Yeah. Well, that's probably a big relief for people to hear on the other
I
end
hope
because
so. I hope so. But of
yeah,
course, if you come to my classes at Reno, I'm going to tell you you need to practice more because
practice. Yeah.
it's easy to boss people around but not take your own advice.
Yeah. Okay, so you've also done these crazy projects, I think, for the past decade or more, called the
Yeah.
24-hour album.
Album.
Tell us
Yes,
about
this is a
that.
project where I stay up all night for 24 hours and try to write as many new songs as I can completely from scratch with the help of my patrons. It's a Patreon project. So I do ask for suggestions online and people to send in their ideas. And then the cool part is I'm live streaming most of the sessions and people are chatting and telling me their ideas in real time as the
Oh,
songs are building. And for
wow.
me, one of the important parts of that project was also to write, record, and release the songs in 24 hours,
In
which is
24 hours.
a lot of extra time. But for me, writing is one thing, then recording it and figuring out what to do with it. And so So the project of seeing something through from the beginning to the end as fast as possible was an exercise that I wanted to do. So I wasn't too precious about this word or that word, which I think all of
Ah,
us experience as we get into learning a new skill, songwriting, singing, etc.
yeah.
And then for me, as I've gotten to record original albums in the studio or make videos or stuff, it's really easy to get bogged down by the details. And I just wanted to say we created it and it's out and it's yours now. And we did that. And a flash in the pan exercise was good for me to let go of some of the preciousness I feel around I'm
Oh,
taking everything so seriously. And I did do it for 10 years. I am working to, this was my first year not doing the 24-hour album
yeah.
process. I'm getting too old,
I
Danny.
was
I'm getting too
wondering about
old.
that. I was like, I'm already sleeping less every night, but if I tried to do 24 hours straight, I feel like
Oh
I'd
my
be too
gosh.
grum, really.
I know it kind of makes me sick. Like I get a little sick
Yeah, you get
afterwards, and it's
sick.
just, it's so I'm trying to discover new ways to do community songwriting projects
Yeah,
in person where I live in Kansas City at Uke Fest. I will be teaching some songwriting
yeah,
workshops and then also virtually so that we can so that I can write, but that I can kind of just like you saw me live, I think seeing somebody sort of demystify the process, it sometimes makes
hmm
it more challenging, but also is like, oh, I know how to do that. Oh, I can do that. Oh, it's just a series of trying things out and seeing what happens and smoothing it over. So,
yeah,
any chance I can unlock something that feels mysterious or creative or untouchable for another person feels sort of like I'm doing my best work because
yeah.
everything is possible with a little hard work and humility, I think.
Well, we're so fortunate, you and I both, to be in this position of our what we do to make a living is also something that like is beneficial for the planet, and for
Yes.
people. So,
Yes.
what I've heard you say so far in this, the whole time we've been talking, is it just keeps coming back to you want to inspire people to have confidence. You want to inspire them to try it out. Show them that they don't have to take themselves so seriously. I think that's a really beautiful message, and you put that out there very well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I know an upcoming question is my teaching philosophy, and that is
perfect timing.
a lot of those
Yeah,
things I'm trying to lead with relatability, vulnerability, humor about where we are as adult learners, whether we're new to musical instruments or have had quite an experience or,
hmm
a long list of education or whatnot. We're all coming from different places, even how we learn and how we understand. So I'm always trying to offer encouragement and support, uh, real life check-ins and
yeah,
chances to ask questions and say, whoa, I just had an amazing breakthrough and celebrate that. And so
yeah,
I'm leading with, I would say, creativity and humor and encouragement because I'm a sensitive person too. And I think it's just great. It never hurts for me to hear, oh, this is great. You're doing great. Yeah, keep at it. Keep going, keep going.
yeah.
And so I try to give that to folks who are maybe putting themselves in a vulnerable position and just
hmm
need to hear somebody say, you're right. It's hard. You're right.
Hard.
That is
Yeah,
kind of tricky to get it stuck in your brain and your body, but you're on the right track. So keep doing it.
yeah. Well, this is the reason why you're on our list because
Good.
at Reno, our first criteria for hiring someone is you have to be a good hang. And the second
Yes.
criteria is you have to be a good teacher.
Yeah.
And then the third is performing. You've got to have a polished, an art form that you present to the world. And I think you're perfect to be on the team as far as a teacher who's paying attention to the students while they're teaching and really
Yes.
feeling the
Yes.
room and going, okay, we have this agenda today, but I can feel like we need to kind of settle in right here. So we're just going to kind of loop this a few times and that kind of thing. I think it makes people
Yes.
feel really secure and heard.
That's a
Um,
brilliant way to say it. Paying attention to the students while you're
while
teaching,
you're
because
teaching. Yeah.
sometimes you prep and it's like, this is not going to work. So
Yeah.
that's a great way to describe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awareness and kindness.
Yeah.
My middle names. Yeah.
All right. On that note, then let's talk about what you're going to be teaching
Cool.
at Reno.
I do get to teach two different songwriting classes, Songwriting Basics, which is a great general what are we using to begin a song? How are we putting these elements together? We'll write a song together as a group with some ideas to get you started on your own personal song. And then the second songwriting class is Roll the Dice Songwriting, which is um, kind of a wildly structured. Sometimes your mind goes blank. I could write a song about anything, but where would I even start? So rolling the dice can help us fill in some of those starting points to give us ideas on the key we're going to play in, the subject we're going to write about, the rhyme scheme we're going to use. And what I find is that you have a kind of an overload of where to start, and from then we can start paring down and smoothing out and editing into a song that speaks to us. That class is great too because it is definitely one you can take the notes and reuse and reuse and reuse every
Oh,
time
good.
you want to try to write a song. I'm also teaching two singing workshops, which I love to do. Singing with the ukulele, which is also a basic class. We'll do some warm-up scales. We'll talk a little bit about finding the right key. I know there are amazing, talented singers. Amber and Nicole, especially, are teaching some singing workshops. So there's going to be a lot to choose from. We're going to use our
Yeah.
voices. We're going to talk about some tips and tricks to get the best out of your vocals and your vocal range, because I think we're all better singers than we think. It's just like, what song are you, what key are you in, and are you with like-minded singers? So again, talking a little bit about the honesty of that and finding the right door for you to enter as a singer.
Mm.
Soulful singing and playing is my second singing workshop, one of my favorites. This is all about expression and emotion. So, we can play a song really well like this, but what happens when we open up our body, our face, use dynamics and texture to tell a little bit more of a story with how we're presenting it? And so we'll learn I Feel Good by James Brown, an amazing soul song, an amazing soul artist,
Mhm.
and just try to get outside of our usual box a little bit to see how that feels, and then maybe find the comfortable space in between. My
Nice.
fifth workshop is called The Practice of Practicing, which is a little bit more that daily ritual of like,
Yeah.
okay, how do I know there's a goal I want to accomplish, whether or
Yeah.
not that's just touching the instrument. So it is presenting a series of things you can do. Of course, you have to apply it to your own level and where you are and what you're hoping to learn. So we'll try a few things together. I'll pick a few volunteers to talk about what they're hoping to learn as an example. And then again, it's just a kind of a list to use in your daily life to hold yourself accountable to that goal to get a little better at something you love. So those are my five classes. And I also really look forward to performing original songs and hopefully collaborating with
Yeah.
the great list of other faculty you have invited to Reno. So it's going to
Yeah.
be a great festival.
Yeah. Yeah. The artist collaborations are one of my favorite parts of going. Excellent. Well, we're so excited to have you. We're only what, 1, 2, 3, 2 months, 2.5 months away. Oh my gosh, it's coming up. If you
It's
haven't got
coming
your
up.
tickets, what are you waiting for?
Click
Um,
the button.
that's right.
Sign up. Sign up for all the fun.
So let's just finish up today with you telling us what are some upcoming projects that you would like to kind of proclaim to the world, let us know about.
Yeah, I always have a lot of different types of things going on. I did get to travel to several ukulele events this year, but one of the highlights was Costa Rica with You Can Uke retreats led by Marnie Ward. It was an
Mhm.
amazing opportunity. I also just finished a one-woman musical stage show that I wrote called Magic of Grandmas, where I dress up as a grandma and play a grandma inspired by my own family's sort of story and dynamics, but also spoofed up a little bit to be a very funny and out of this world performance. I play the ukulele in the show dressed as a grandma. So I love that the
Okay.
ukulele finds a way into all my projects. I'm teaching a songwriting course online in September, and I offer those often. So that's an amazing way to get a little bit more into your personal practice and see what you're able to accomplish. It's called Life as a Songwriter. There's more information on my website. And then I also have a song book of my original songs printed as sheet music, chords, and lyrics. And I'll have that with me at Reno Uke Fest
Oh,
as a
good.
merchandise item. So you can learn some of my songs. I think it's great to learn other people's music as you're writing your own and as you're learning to play, just to study different writers and different types of music. And so if you have any interest in fitting me into one of your inspiration points, I have that songbook. It's called Danielle Ate the Sandwich's very first spectacular songbook. I can't just do something short with very few letters, but so that's an item I'm always excited to tell ukulele players about, because sometimes we're looking for new music and new opportunities to play. And it's such an honor anytime anyone covers my music. It's like,
Oh,
whoa, I wrote something that is traveling through
oh,
people's
nice.
lives, and
Yeah.
so that's really exciting. Those are my projects, but mostly my biggest thing up and coming is the Reno Ukulele Festival, October 21st through 24th, 2026. It's going to be the hottest party of the century.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a lot of fun this year. We've got so many fun teachers and so many teachers who haven't met each other yet either. So I'm
Yes. Oh,
super
good.
excited.
Good.
All right, Danielle. Well, the phrase I had come to mind when you did the title of your book was that the razzle dazzle. I think you've always got this really nice amount of razzle in everything that
Yes.
you do, that extra sparkle. So we're
Thank
very
you.
excited to have you come and join us in Reno.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and the invitation. I can't wait to spend time and make music with you.
Excellent. All right. Well, if you want to get to know Danielle before the festival, sign up for her class in September on danielleatethesandwich.com.
You got it.
All right. And we'll be posting some of those videos that she talked about on our social media. So keep an eye out for that. And we will see you all in Reno, October 21st through the 24th, 2026.